With just 4 days into the high-stakes midterms.
Here we go.
Early voting in Florida spells trouble for Democrats.
Republicans outpacing Democrats dramatically at the ballot box before Election Day, already leading by more than 345,000 votes.
That's not usual. That's unusual.
That is.
Steve, I think we all heard you warning everybody. Here we go. It's time to go. Steve Doocy, Dan Bongino live from Harry and the Natives in Hobe Sound, Florida. Let's go, Steve.
Thank you very much, Will. We're talking about early voting. How many people, and it's hard to see everybody, so let me hear how many people are going to vote just by applause on Election Day? Okay. How many people have already voted? All right, and Dan, that's what we're talking about.
Yes, sir.
What is going on in Florida? Because traditionally, for the most part, a lot of people vote on Election Day, but now they want to do it ahead of time to make sure it counts.
Well, here's what happened. After the Bush v. Gore fiasco, Florida said enough of this crap, and they cleaned up their system. They have a really efficient system down here, and Ron DeSantis made it better. But Florida went from a purple, kind of sometimes red state. Remember, Obama won here.
Yeah.
To a now blood red state. And I can tell you one quick story that sums up exactly what happened in the last 2 years. When the whole mask mandate, vaccine mandate thing was going, I went to this anti-mandate rally where people just didn't want to be forced to wear it. This is like right when the COVID thing started.
Right.
One of the women at that rally, her name was Amy Pritchett. She came up to me and she said, I've had enough of this. I'm not going to be forced to do this. I am really sorry, and I'm going to make a difference. She ran for school board. She said, will you get behind me?
Wow.
She won. She defeated an incumbent who had been in office forever with massive name ID by a sliver of the vote. Keep in mind, in a primary where Ron DeSantis was not at the top of the ballot. He didn't have a competitor. So there was no reason for Republicans really en masse to turn out. And she still won. I'm telling you, that's what turned it around. It's not that people they just didn't want to be told what to do. Right. This is a country full of entrepreneurs and people who came here to escape that kind of stuff. It was being jammed down their throat. They said they'd had enough. They don't want their schools being taken over. And that's the Florida transformation, that and the public safety issue.
You know, I was reading in the Washington Post earlier this week. It said that very liberal Miami-Dade may actually go for Ron DeSantis in a big way. And what's extraordinary about that is he lost, I believe, he lost Miami-Dade when he ran for governor by 20 points. So for him to win by a big margin, and it looks like it, to turn that particular county so red is crazy.
Well, you've got double the seniority of me in Florida. You've been here 14 years. I've been here 7. The joke about Florida is the more north you go, the more south you get. You've heard that 1,000 times, right? Now, South Florida tended to go very liberal. Any Democrat elected in the state was almost exclusively from Martin County down. It was not.
Right.
Now what's happening is Hispanic voters, because the Democrats have frankly just crapped on them for so long and treated them like automatons and robots and talked to them like they were the Star Trek Borg. Hispanic voters, Democrats are now finding out the hard way. Wow, they care about their kids' school quality. They care about not having a shot jammed in their arm they don't want. They care about public safety. Do you realize the left is just figuring this out? And thankfully, the Republican Party down in South Florida, because of the Cuban community and Venezuelan community that escaped socialism, was very strong down there.
Right.
They took advantage of Spanish language radio, and you are seeing a generational, transformational change. I'll make a prediction. I don't think Florida is a swing state anymore. I think Florida is now a blood red Republican state, just like Texas. What do you think? Yes! 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 Wait. Let me ask. Hold on.
And the crowd went wild.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Okay. Is Florida a red state or a swing state? Thank you. Thank you.
I got a feeling you're going to be talking about this on your weekend show.
Yes, I will, unfiltered. I've got an unbelievable monologue about this great reset thing the World Economic Forum's pushing and how it relates to the election on Tuesday. Don't miss it. We've got a stacked guest lineup.
Thank you very much, Dan Bongino, ladies and gentlemen. New York, back to you.
And the man.
Nice job.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.